Hi guys, welcome back to the Fata Morgana playthrough. Now today we are going to be seeing Michel uncover Morgana's story. It's an absolutely ridiculous task and I'm really quite excited just to see how it's all going to play out really. Yesterday we did this choice because it seemed more interesting, telling Michel tells Mell, I really just said Michel instead of Mell. Yeah, Michel tells Mell everything about what he knows, and obviously Mell seems a little bit too cooperative. And then we realise he's told the swordsman, the businessman, and he's cut in half with a sword, and that's the end of Michel. And nothing has been achieved apart from them realising that there is a madman here. They did not believe him whatsoever. They casted out everything he said as the words of a madman. So obviously it's not very good for something like that to happen. Oh my god, dude, seeing blue text outside of Umineko, weird. If you've read Umineko, you'll get what I mean. A completely different context for using blue text as well. Yeah, it's not real blood, my arse. He is incredibly mistrusting, I agree. Yeah. What? Why is... Oh, of course. Okay. So we're treading carefully. True. Which is exactly what we did before, and look at what happened. How is Michel going to talk him out of this without making him seem mad, though? Yeah, it's interesting. It's a really, really weird set of motives. I mean, it's as if you are forcing yourself to understand somebody. It's just really funny that normally when you understand somebody, that comes naturally. It doesn't come forced. This really is like a detective story in a way, just getting as much information as possible, learning about the circumstances of the suspects, I suppose. But the only thing is there is no mystery in this story, obviously. I can't really say I'm the biggest fan of mystery. So, yeah. It's not a bad thing. Oh, yeah. 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 True, because we've seen if he tells the truth, then, well, he can just say fuck you to any goal. True. They do, but the only thing is, obviously, I think the priority should lie in not whether you can stay in the mansion or not, but just making it so that Mel doesn't mistrust you and doesn't tell anybody, because if he tells people, it's over. To be fair, he doesn't want to do it, but why would he help us? True. God, it's just so tricky. How do you do this? Fair. And I suppose with oh yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, with Morgana's story as well, we always got the impression that he was doing this just so that he could save his sister, rather than being able to, rather than so that he can, I don't know, help the shithead of a lord that they have, or swordsman who looks very scary. Can I just add? Oh, that's smart. Yeah, you do need to be decisive in a situation like this. You are clever, yeah. Ironic. Yeah, just I suppose angry at the fact that Morgana is being mistreated. And I find it very interesting, can I just mention that Michel wants to help Morgana even after how much Morgana has done for her, but I suppose it's just one of the cases where you just see how damaged somebody is and you just let that prioritise your judgment rather than what they've done to you. It's one of those situations. Yeah, God, Michel really needs to just cunningly avoid every single possibility of something going wrong. Ironic. Good point. I just think it's so funny that this is like a visual novel reader when they reread a visual novel and they know the truth and they can reinterpret every single conversation. It's exactly like this. Michel knows you are full of shit when you are saying no. It's just not true. Yeah, good point. He's totally lying to protect it, though. It will be very interesting to learn his true role in the conflict. No, not conflict. I meant to say, well, business making technique. Yeah, what's his role? No, it has to be here. Seriously? Even something like that is incredibly kind, but I think that shows just how much Michel is provoking Mell. Mistake. That was a big mistake. Oh, you were doing so well. True. How do you pronounce this? Like, serious question.
Michael.
Who the fuck says Michael like that? So, Michael is how you pronounce it. What? That's such a weird spelling. Okay then. Right. No, never mind. I'm just a fucking idiot and have barely ever seen people write the name Michael in text, it seems like. That's the normal spelling of the name, which feels a bit weird, but yeah. That's so embarrassing. So I suppose he said something that's a bit wrong. Why are you being ordered to stay here? Why are you not doing it of your own volition? But then he information overloads him so that he's distracted, so that Mel's distracted. Michel's really, really doing a good job here, if you ask me. Right. To be fair, this is a very old time, so I do wonder if this could work. No, not at all, but like, yeah, he'll go with that. He'll happily go with that. Yeah, so it's not only Michel, but it's also the nun. Ooh. He is really, really hitting thin ice at the moment. Oh, you can also just see a million human rights violations, like I always say, in that same tower. And you can see the most horrible treatment of somebody. To be fair, they do give her food, but they don't exactly give her a life worth living, let's say. It must be awful. I mean, you're just in that tiny little tower. I mean, okay, I know this is a bit vulgar, but like, when you need to go to the toilet, where the hell do you go? Look, seriously, it must be so disgusting. You should stop. How do you know that? Oh, wait, hang on a second. It's because the angel tells you. Yeah, blame it on the angel. Blame it on Michael. Angel. Really? It's still difficulty in believing the nonsense, but Mel's putting up more of resistance here, so at least he's not made up his mind. And then I will be all out of your way. You have, but not in the present for you, in the future. Your soul has, not you as a person. Apart from Morgana, maybe? Okay. Yeah, good point. Which also was a lie. Yeah, fair enough. Fair. Yeah. It is actually really quite funny to think about the fact that Even though Michael was meant to be an angel, this kind of sounds like something that a demon would do, if anything. You weigh your soul and then you see what's wrong with it, and I suppose how good balances with evil, and if there's more evil than good, then you do something that's evil in order to punish somebody who has done evil already. I mean, surely it's just the phrase two wrongs don't make a right. You could maybe apply that to this context. Yeah. And to be fair, also, how do you objectively measure whether an action done by somebody is good or bad as well? Surely some might be subjective. I wonder if Michel's going to know this room. Wow. God, this looks weird. It's hard to believe it's the same mansion. I do wonder if Michel has seen this part of the church/mansion before. Yeah, it's really interesting that Michel's got to be really careful. This is not to the Mell of the present. This is to the Mell of the future, in a way. Just indicated, if you ask me, by that last line. He's got to be really careful, just so that no complications are caused. So I suppose the reason why Mell is actually doing this is because, firstly, if he doesn't make Michel happy, then he will be found out. But secondly, I think it's just because he wants to get him off of his case. And also the promise for forgiveness. Sorry, not forgiveness, for freedom, even. It is honestly really quite surprising to think about the fact that Mell has done this. A risky move on his part. A really, really risky move. If this goes wrong, it's all coming down on him. It is his fault for letting Michel come to the mansion anyway. Dude, it's a fucking church, not a mansion. But you get what I mean. I suppose he could be an angel of salvation if you're a good person and you've dedicated your life to, I don't know, helping others and just in general of the goodwill of other people. But if you haven't, then that's not very good. But I don't really understand how this would work, because what if, for example, you've done, let's say you're a character from Higurashi, you've done something really bad, and then you just really, really aim to repair your life by being good to the people around you so that you can kind of make up for what you have done. How would you measure the weight of their souls? I just find it funny to think about the fact that Mel believes that Michel was totally mad, and he doesn't really trust his... No, he did actually buy the story about the Archangel Michael telling him to do stuff. And obviously to stay here. Very, very cool view. It really looks like he's staying at a youth hostel that's firstly in 10XX, or I don't even know if it's the 11th century, maybe it could be the 10th. But yeah, it just really looks like a youth hostel, but with... Obviously it wouldn't be very acceptable for modern standards, but you get what I mean. It looks very, very upper class though for this time. Yeah, never mind what I said. God, never judge a room by the way it's represented in the image. Because I'm sorry, but it does not really look as run down as Michel's describing it here in the image. Michel actually having a concept of dust? What the hell? Gazelle has changed this man ridiculously. I've never seen this room, that's hilarious. Yeah, just get out if you want somewhere more comfortable, that's hilarious. Fair enough. And it is just interesting seeing how kind the people running this church are, and just how much of a lack of knowledge they have of who the people who truly are in charge have. Pretty good shit. They did, yeah. Somehow, yeah, keyword. Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I've never really been in a situation like that myself, but yeah, I can imagine it. Oh, Michel did a properly good job. He's desperate. But to be fair, he is using the time period he is in to his advantage. Because, let's be honest, if people heard that today, well, to be fair, maybe if they were religious, they might have accepted it. But if they're not, they would just say, fuck off. It would be so obvious from something like this that they would be lying. I feel like an idea like this would be a little less laughed at in a time like this, is what I'm trying to say. No, you would have been dead by this time period. No, it wouldn't have. To be fair, that is an interesting statement, yeah. True. I'm reading Higurashi's Meakashi manga at the moment, and yeah, this... I can link it quite a lot actually, which is quite nice. Loosely, but when you realise where you can link it, you can think about it a lot, if you ask me. Is that a compliment or what? True. True. Oh yeah, yeah, totally. I think he was going to say the white-haired girl has memories that would kind of fit this description. Michel doesn't. The white-haired girl does. That's interesting. So maybe he sees himself in... That's really interesting, yeah. That's reasonable. Must be really tough on him. Yeah. True, you can never tell, that's the thing. No. Yeah, exactly, yeah. And the thing is, Mel never knows what Michel would do if he didn't get his way as well. True. This might actually be the best time, but well, it's the best time to get Mel on your side, but it's also the most influential time. Yeah. Oh god, let's just hope he doesn't. He won't, but his upper... Well, the other people in this, they will. No, actually, no, I mean, the businessman will be an arsehole, the Lord. The swordsman is who will do all the dirty work. Nobody else. The businessman doesn't hurt, he doesn't do anything actually dirty, he just talks. And obviously hurts people because his personality is poisonous. Fair enough. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I don't really think the Lord would do anything because he probably has too much of a concept of being posh and maintaining an image and being this rich man who's just above everybody else. Swordsman doesn't give a fuck though. The swordsman is the only one out of those three who is dangerous if you ask me. But I don't know. I don't actually have enough information to fully make a clarified judgment on something like that. So maybe something else could happen with somebody else. I don't know. True. Yeah, true. How would you see them then? What? God, that must be so awful. I mean, it's good that she isn't now, but... God. Yeah, fair. So I suppose Gazelle probably noticed that the shadows of their souls were there, but at the same time she could never really converse with them, never really see them, because she was totally losing herself. If it wasn't for that cocoon analogy, they would not be here today, let's just say that. That really helped her. True. That is very true. Yeah, by a huge amount. But why did he get into it in the first place if this is not what he wanted? But why? Why did he get involved in first? That's what I want to know. Yeah. But what does the Lord have to benefit for with somebody like Mell helping? If anything, ironically, Mell is a kid still, unlike these people who are probably in their 30s. So obviously, Mell is probably going to be the most likely to be emotionally crushed by something like this because he's the only person who's actually human out of those other two. Let's be honest, those two are not human. Seriously. I mean, the swordsman just doing a fucking massacre and then... Oh, why did you do said massacre? Oh, I felt like it. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And obviously, Jacopo, money before emotion. It feels like money before care of others. Yeah, true. Very, very true. And the only reason Mell was threatening in the dead end was because he told the people who were truly threatening about what happened. No, he wouldn't have. How do we know about Morgana? There's lots of suspicion. Yeah, I agree. Fair. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you don't have time. You really don't. No, it won't be. True. That could be a good thing though. Definitely. True. And it really does help that Michel has seen the 3 spirits to try and get the keys to then go up the observation tower. That helps a lot. True. It's going to be helpful knowing who they have ties to as well, if you ask me. true. You can also use it to your severe disadvantage. You've got to... So you have knowledge, but how you use it is the key. Yeah. But you're really telling me somebody like the Lord would do it for somebody who isn't... Well, would do it for no self-interest? And the swordsman, it just seems like such an unreal concept at the moment. I mean, this is really going to have to be proven to me and explained in thorough detail before I can actually make some sort of judgment and agree or disagree. Because seriously, at the moment, I would never, ever believe that. But to be fair, we do have a little bit of evidence, because I remember the swordsman saying that he was doing it for probably for the nun. So why the Lord did it is anyone's guess. I don't know. Yeah, why is the Lord trying to make the nun's church protected, I wonder? Yeah. It's both, I think. Yeah, true. Good point. Yeah, fair. Yeah. True. But the only thing is, Morgana, it was stated that Morgana had made it so that the love the sister felt for Mel was really exaggerated, and if anything, that was the thing that had killed Mel. Yeah. Yeah, probably will be. True. When has Gazelle seen Morgana's story, actually? Because Michel was the only person who was told her story. I'd assume. I do wonder. Gazelle probably knows it because of the fact that she's been with Morgana for so long. I'd assume that's the case. I wish they told us, though. Yeah, fair. Especially if you're worried about them because of the fact that they have an illness. I mean, that's even more the case for Mel's sister, if you ask me. Yep, which can definitely be seen by the actions of Michel and Gazelle at the moment. Yeah, to be fair, Michel's reasoning doesn't really have much weight if you ask me, because what if she just came to the festival? Surely she could have just come to a place nearby because she was on her way to the festival to see Mel. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, fair. Yeah, she put that nicely. Yeah, you are the thing that is going to make him explode and very, very annoyed if you don't stop. Fair. Ask the nun. Maybe. Maybe not, because then... No, you need to... The best people to ask would be people who apparently have no connection. Or at least people who won't... Well, basically people, if you ask, won't make it known that you have asked to any of the people involved. Don't ask Mel. Yeah? True. Yeah, it's definitely something that it would be nice to get them aware. True. I agree, yeah. Yeah, seriously. It's bottled disease, but at the same time, medical knowledge is so low that they don't know that they are literally drinking something that could be infected and could be bad. I want to learn what actually happens if you drink infected blood. God. Harmful bacteria and pathogens that can cause food poisoning and pass on diseases such as hepatitis B, C, norovirus or HIV. Oh God. Right. So it's contaminants. So bloodborne viruses are a thing, apparently. I mean, obviously, Morgana has never had sex, so probably a very low chance of any STI, but still. There still could be a lot of bacteria and unhealthy things in her blood, which was evident when the entire town went bust after having drunk her blood. True, but it would still not prevent Morgana from dying. Yeah, exactly. I mean, basically going against something like this would be going against God, so yeah, you're back to step one in the sense that it's very, very difficult. It's actually a good question. I know it's brutal because these people are inevitably going to die. But you can't prevent their deaths. You need to prevent Morgana's death. Her death is priority. Not these other people's deaths, which feels so awful. But, yeah. Maybe one will cause the other. Who knows? Yeah. Yeah. I know. You want to help as I don't know, a fellow human being, but yeah, it doesn't look like it's very easy to do so. Oh yeah. It has to, yeah. Unfortunately, here you've got to be really quite selfish because these people dying does nothing to you, but Morgana dying changes everything. And let's be honest, this is kind of brutal, but even though there are so many people that you would want to save, were you put here to save those people? No. Were you put here to save Morgana? Yes. But I mean, obviously that's all the theory. Actually, knowingly not saving them, that must be awful. Fair. True. Yeah, why not? That's ironic. Because it seems like they are possibly engaged. Well, not really engaged, but they would be engaged were they to live a normal lifestyle. I think he would take that medicine over his dead body. And even if you weren't. Even if you weren't in good health, you would not take that medicine. Yeah. I do wonder about the man that she's close to, because it seemed like she was really quite interested in Mel, with the beginning conversation at least. What do you say? Gazelle's going to be quite useful to have in the background, I think. They stay at the same place. Interesting. Oh god, that's rough. God. To think that Mell has to be separated from his sister, even though the sister has a really quite bad illness. That must be so tough. Fucking hell. Fair enough. Yeah, fair. Yeah. It feels quite awful in the sense that Nellie's lonely. She's not really been able to integrate into the environment the best, and she's ill, and you're kind of using these vulnerabilities and weak qualities of Nellie for your own advantage because you're using them to make it so that you can gain information from her. It just feels kind of awful in a sense, if you get what I mean. Yeah, I thought so, yeah. He kind of has to. True. Fair, you have way more important things to worry about. Obviously, you still need to prioritize yourself physically because you won't be able to do this if you're not caring about your physical health. But yeah, you need to be careful. Right. This is going to be exciting. Right, can I just firstly mention how fucking cool this background is? Might be one of the best backgrounds I've seen in Fata Morgana yet, seriously. This is absolutely amazing. Just, I think firstly it's the mystery of how the house stands out, and it's really quite ethereal white colour, and how it kind of glows amongst its surroundings. And then you just have this amazing contrast of the white, and then the most vibrant green and lots of really nice detail, and then whatever the fuck this is, just this really, really weird detail that's kind of given to the part where I suppose the game wants us to kind of divert our focus. It wants us to look at this part, and then this is like a little shadow. It's so cool how it's done, seriously. This just looks so... I mean, if I'm going to be honest, it looks so supernatural. It really doesn't look like something that's set in a place that's actually associated with being human. Oh, I love it. It looks so, so nice. I know I'm probably overthinking this, but... oh. Yeah, the nun probably does everything she can. Yeah, fucking hate it when this happens. Yeah. True. God, it really does feel unusual seeing how different she looks to Mel. I mean, I think out of all the sprites we've seen, she is definitely the most different so far. Actually, no, the nun. The nun, maybe. Fair. Oh, totally. I mean, she's ill. And ironically, the drinking of blood is what's causing her to become more ill, probably. Oh god, she's quite skeptical. Yeah, fair. I mean, he was being very modest, but at the same time, I mean, I get that there's no policing in times like these, but it really just feels like he gives the same impression a detective would or something like that. I've come to ask you questions, nothing else. Oh god, this is either going to go really well or horribly. Oh god. Holy shit, this song sounds so different on my speakers. Dude, the last thing this person is gonna do is kidnap you and do things a pedo would do. Oh my god. I mean, obviously she doesn't know that, but still. Michel really needs to demonstrate that to her. If I'm going to be honest, I think Michel's in a time of desperation. He needs to clearly outline his intent. Maybe that can work. I just think it's so funny that Michel has tried adapting Giselle's approach, but now he's just kind of looked more like a pedo rather than anything else. Oh god. Seriously? God. The gods? What do you mean? I wonder what she means by the gods. How can she call any gods? True. God, what is he gonna do? This is a really tricky situation. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Seriously. Yeah, he could still be a paedophile, doesn't change anything, surely. No, he wasn't. That was the nun, ironically. But he can still use that to his advantage. True, that did come out of nowhere. Good point. Work colleague? Well, Nell did say that they were friends, even if it was sarcastic. It was just as a means of being able to... It was just an excuse, really. Just to convince the nun to let him stay. What? He will be able to do that, potentially, because he's seen the story in the future. This is going to be interesting. He's going to have to totally improvise. Oh my god. God. Nellie's making his life as difficult as possible, but if this doesn't happen, then Michel's going to be deemed a paedophile, so it's kind of worth it. Yeah, true. Especially because of the age difference. Oh god, what? Shit! Oh my god, okay, we don't know whatsoever. Dude, what happens? I think we should have just said we've only met him today. No, well that wouldn't exactly be the best. Let's just say you. Let's be very, very cheesy. Yeah. Alright, so that... Oh my god. Let's try to get Nellie's trust. I'm excited to go through all the choices in this, holy fuck. There are some times where honesty is just not needed. Oh my god, I know! Dude, you talk too much! And she just casually disregards it. Right, okay, good. That's all I can say. Oh, that's easy. Let's do this. Oh god, Gazelle was pissed off at us. True. I love that he's just thinking, is this really a good thing? Oh my god. That's such a gut punch to Michel. True. Yeah. She's accepted us. I wonder if there's going to be a dead end if she doesn't accept us. God, so it's lucky that this is what has enabled, these three choices have really enabled us to be able to get to know Nellie just that little bit more and to actually make it so that she's trusting us, which is a good thing. Yeah, you can definitely agreed. Yeah, she really does have faith. Yeah. God, I'm really getting bored of this music. Oh, it's just a bit irritating, to be honest. Wow. How do I go about asking the question? What? Also, he was saying, yeah, just stay until sundown. God, you can really tell that it must be quite awful living a life like Nellie, because she's really sociable, really fun person, but the only thing is she just barely gets to see anybody, because I suppose she's in the most secluded location, and she's ill, so she can't really go out of the house much. White-haired girl syndrome, can't lie. God, that is going to be quite the task. Jesus Christ. Yeah, for you, Gazelle, sure. It could be a lot worse. True, but at the same time, Michel and Gazelle are in love, so maybe there's something there, but let's be honest, Gazelle probably drove a lot of those conversations. She seems really quite offended when there's a possibility that we don't want to... Well, she thinks there's a possibility that we don't want to talk. Oh, he's being honest, maybe that will work. That's way worse. What the hell is a minstrel and what the hell is a jongleur, or whatever you said that? Jonglier. A medieval singer or musician, especially one who sang or recited lyric or heroic poetry to a musical accompaniment for the nobility. Okay. And a jonglier is a... How do you say it?
Jongleur. Jongleur.
Okay, a jongleur is minstrel that travels to many places. Now I'm going to make an incredibly bad joke that you probably saw coming if you're from the UK. But this is what I associate with minstrels. I've only had them like maybe once or twice in my life as well. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I had to do that to you guys. This is gonna go so wrong. My god, what is it? Oh god, how bad is Michel going to sing? Oh gosh, she doesn't look satisfied. Neither does Gazelle. Oh my god, even Gazelle, Jesus. The worst thing is he's trying. Oh yeah. That's a good way to turn it around. Of everything you could have said, that is so random. Oh my god, so they're actually gonna cook. Wow. I'm surprised. And you have no choice in the matter. Yeah, she's just, it's really quite sweet how you can tell that she really wants somebody to be there and just to make a new friend, but I suppose they are quite different people, so she's just trying to get anything she can as a means of getting to know Michel more, which is quite sweet. I mean, she's kind, but oh my god, a bit annoying. True. Oh god. Oh god. Oh Jesus Christ. God, so people were calling him possessed now, even before they have seen his true nature, the fact that he is cursed. Yeah, sure thing, man. I can't believe people said that. No, but the ironic thing is, now this can make people think Michel's possessed, just how bad he can cook. Oh, I'm gonna feel bad for Gazelle. She's never going to be able to talk to Nellie. True. But to be fair, I mean, I get that Michel's doing everything crap, but at the same time, at least he's maybe getting to know Nellie more? Yeah, maybe not. Never mind what I said. He really fucked it up. Fucked up the song, he fucked up the making of the pie. God, he should have just talked. That would have been so much easier. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. I think Michel has definitely realised now that just talking is the best thing that they can do. Because she made the jam for this pie herself. Which I'm actually quite surprised you can do in this time. But yeah, she made the jam herself and now this is what Michel has done. Made something absolutely crap. It's probably really burnt. She really is playful. True. Yeah, totally. Must be really, really difficult. No, I suppose somebody's lonely, so as a result of that, they're doing the right thing and just making the most of any company they have rather than completely pushing it away. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. And loneliness is what drove her to be an absolute psychopath as well. Yeah, totally reasonable. Fair. Yeah, that would be reasonable. Yeah, you can really see just how much she values company. Oh, he's going to be there for a long time. Doesn't surprise me at all. It's really interesting how her personality is really geared towards being as kind as possible to Mel, but it does kind of make sense because she is very isolated, very lonely, and Mel is the only person who really makes contact with her. So of course, for somebody to be so kind is something that she really appreciates, and I suppose It's really quite sweet. I mean, this is just the way of showing her kindness. God. God, so yeah, Michel's definitely done a good job at getting to know her. Dude, how many times are they going to play Sissio? Holy shit. I wish they'd play it less. Just play like any different theme. We've got so many. I mean, it's a good theme, but just you're overusing it, man. Or at least that's just kind of what I'm thinking. Hopefully it'll be less in the other parts of the chapter. Oh really? Oh my god, so that's how he could do it. Yeah, you can just see how much she wanted to do it. Yeah. And it's ironic, there's probably so many things that she wanted to get off her chest that she probably has been able to with this conversation. So even though Michel was basically just listening, I mean, it was still really quite good for her. I suppose Michel gets to know more about the original Nellie as well. That's interesting because that's really not the impression I got when I was seeing the nun's actual views. I got the impression from the nun of somebody who was trying her hardest for Nellie, even though she couldn't see her much. I'm surprised. Yeah, she does have status, to be fair. She's never the type of person I would have thought who would kind of exert her status, if you like. Yeah. Yeah, now Michel's talking. It's because Morgana's dying and he's causing it, that's why. He can't compose himself because of the guilt. Bet you anything. I mean, look at, there's evidence. Remember when Morgana was getting food and he wanted to stay by her side and just make sure that she eats the food. So I suppose even though you were giving her every human rights violation possible, you still just want her to eat and want her to be able to live. You just don't want to see somebody kill themselves, basically. It's fair enough. And I mean, especially because of the fact that you're causing it as well. Must be horrible, it really must. I mean, she's so traumatized and affected by this that she's not even talking, she's not looking at them, she's not, it's just as if she's someone dead in a person whose body is alive. Yeah. Yeah, it must be really quite sad just seeing this from a perspective of somebody who is so close to, really, and just, and she properly notices. Fair, yeah. Yeah, seriously. Fair enough, they would have been better for everybody. Do you need the medicine? Is that medicine going to be the thing that kills you? Yes. Fair. God. Oh, Michel knows. Totally does. It's interesting that Michel actually sees himself a lot in characters like these. And it must be horrible as well to think about the fact that she's always been quite lonely. Especially because I suppose initially you had loads of servants and lots of people there. Not really for your sake. Very, very impersonal. And obviously then you're banished because of some sort of dispute about who's going to inherit the family. You're banished from your own household, even though you've done barely anything. And then you just have to really adapt. Yeah. 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 The only reason he is able to say that with so much experience is because of how he failed with Gazelle, I suppose. Yes, you make decisions without being aware of the consequences, and then that makes something go wrong as a result of that. Yeah, he doesn't want to talk about himself. I don't blame him. Fair. That's a really good point, yeah. Oh, I like that. Yeah. He is kind of trying to be the perfect brother. It is interesting. I suppose Mel is trying so hard for his sister, but at the same time, look at how unhappy she is. Would it be better for her just to die peacefully with Mel and die happily rather than her just die where Mel's not even there? And obviously he's really not able to see her much just because of how much he believes he is doing to save her. Yeah. Hmm.
Feche seus olhos e rouba minha lárias. Grita-me e espetam com boca fechada. Ainda estou buscando opiniões ocorre interior de peles nossas pouco e pouco a máscara de cair. Vamos, vamos, paixão, cobre as várias coisas no meu sonho, as asas da vida, o pétala brilha, flores de lixo bonita e a orfagem gato, pela da lenha e se
Yeah.
No jardim oculta, a gente nos nossos olhos é muita demais porque todas as coisas falam.
It's really understandable. Yeah.
Estou olhando azul em terra, pouco e pouco, água poluir. Vamos, vamos,
Yeah. yeah, would now be in a position like the one he is in at the moment. Yeah. Yeah.
Feche seus olhos e rouba minha velhas. Segredo-me espetam com boca fechada. Ainda tô buscando o peixe ao fundo interior de peles nossas pouco e pouco.
Ironic. Yeah. Hmm. Not at all. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Yeah, good for you. Yeah, reasonable. So that's probably why she doesn't really like the nun as well. You talk too much. Oh my god. What? No. To be honest, it's better to laugh it off as a joke. What? This sounds bad. How ironic. When you think of chapter 1. Oh, it must be awkward. True. Yeah. Dearest Michel. Oh god. Really? I don't think so. True. Alright, I think we'll continue this later. Oh, that was quite cool, and we'll unpack a little bit more of that conversation tomorrow. But yeah, it was really quite sweet, and it was just, if anything, it shows that it shows just how much Nellie was really in need of somebody to actually just get together the plan for how she should approach Mel, and obviously solve the, I suppose, the lack of understanding that they have between each other. And it's interesting because I think Michel is really, really doing this as somebody who never really got an opportunity to talk to people and never got an opportunity to be understood by people just because of how unique his situation was. I mean, look at how he was rejected by his mother. So I think he's really just giving people with the opportunity to talk to others about how they feel. He's really making it so that people who actually have that opportunity can obviously do it, because I suppose he never really did it, so he knows the value of doing it. But yeah, anyway, that was really quite good, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow. It's going to be interesting to see how she interprets everything to do with Morgana. I just wonder how much they're going to tell her. Obviously, this has potential to all go wrong here. They need to be very, very, very careful. They really do. Anyway, this story is fucking interesting. So, yeah, I'm really quite excited to pick it up tomorrow. See you guys then.